Eat 14 podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Junta. We're joined by Avery and JR. I'm just going to cut right to it. Absolutely. We're recording this on Monday. Kind of credit because there's going to be asses and seats for this episode because people just love to see me just fucking sulk. Absolutely. One of the most mind boggling, pathetic manager performances I have ever seen in my life. I have ever seen. And people are going to be like, oh, why don't you blame the pitchers? The pitchers shouldn't have even been in that situation. Shouldn't have been in that situation. You got David Phelps, who obviously made Albert Pujols look like he was 80. Credit to him for that. There's two things here, okay? Before I obviously ask you guys how you're doing. The first thing, you don't keep David Phelps in when obviously they're going to pinch hit a lefty or a righty. They're obviously going to pinch hit a righty. Like, I mean, a 4-year-old to pinch hit a righty in that situation. And then you put in, out of all the people, Ryan Baracki, the guy, like the human pitching machine. So I'm going to start it off with you, Avery. Thoughts? I mean, obviously, I want Charlie Montoyo managing a little league team after tonight. So I don't know where do you stand?
It's a fireable offense what happened tonight. Like straight up, probably the past week, it's a fireable offense as to how he's managed this baseball team. Why? So why don't David Phelps is a better reliever than Ryan Baracki is, right? So like, no, I mean, I did see 97 on the inside corner. I think, what the fuck? Like, that's unhittable. And then he just threw and grand slam he gave up. But why do we not just walk? I mean, I guess Nolan Gorman's been in the big leagues for 3 days. We should try and get this guy out. Like, I understand he's a top 10 prospect. He's like a really big Cardinals prospect. But sure, they pinch hit for him, whatever. If we have a righty there, we have David Phelps a righty for Paul Goldschmidt. Like, we don't need Baracki in that situation. I'm sure the splits are probably out of control, how much better Paul Goldschmidt hits lefties. I'm sure that's crazy and like fireable offense based if the splits are that bad. So JR, I'm gonna like send it off to you because I need to see how bad these splits are.
Yeah, it was. I'm with Avery. I didn't get it. Like, why pull Phelps? Like, a moron could figure out that they were gonna pinch hit a rookie.
A moron.
Like, you knew they were gonna pinch hit someone there, and then like Phelps like looked good. Like, he was hitting his spots. Like Tommy Edman, like he missed the corner twice, like barely missed. It could have called those strikes. So I thought Phelps looked good. I mean, you have an open base, just use it. And you put in a lefty knowing there's a righty on deck. So even if the plan was to just not go at it, but I mean, he didn't throw a strike.
Let's hear it, Avery. Just end my misery.
Paul Goldschmidt is hitting .519 against lefties this season. And we brought in a lefty to like fireable fucking .519. It's not .330 because he's hitting .304 against righties. That's pretty good.
Please clip that.
.519.
So for the people, and there will be Charlie stands on social media, Charlie Montoyo thought that Ryan Baracki would get a guaranteed out and not have to face Paul Goldschmidt technically, right? Is that what happened?
Yeah, I think
Charlie
so.
Montoyo thought that Ryan Baracki was all of a sudden the second like Nolan Ryan on the mound, and he was gonna get that guy and not have to worry. Oh, we're not gonna have to worry about Paul Goldschmidt. Baracki's gonna get this guy. What a stupid fucking piece of shit Charlie Montoyo is. That is a fireable offense. It really is. It's a fireable offense. And Avery, you hit the nail right in the head. First of all, Jordan Romano is sitting there, and not to mention, you have an off day Thursday. You could literally throw him back to back this week, and you have an off day fucking Thursday. And what do? Let's leave Romano on the bench. I am praying for Charlie's sake that there is some sort of made up injury that Jordan Romano has, even though he was warming up. So it's not going to add up, but one of the most pathetic, and listen, this is even going back to the Tyler Chatwood days. That was one of the dumbest Charlie Montoyo moves of his tenure as a Toronto Blue Jays manager. Plain and simple.
I also thought the move to keep Berrios in the game was kind of dumb. Did anyone else think that?
I don't know. He was dealing. I mean, I don't know.
Let's list his decisions that he's made this past 4 days. Okay. Taking Manoah out of the game Sunday
at 82 pitches. Let's say that 82 pitches.
So what was worse? Taking him out? I mean, I guess it led to a win, so you can't really say
That's
it's that
fine.
bad.
Just kind of a waste of Romano's arm for the most unnecessary reason ever. Literally, against the Reds, you're gonna put in your close. I mean, listen, he puts in his closer to take out a pitcher that's at 82 pitches, but he won't put his closer in literally a do or die situation with a runner in scoring position. That's how this guy fucking ticks. And listen, I'm not saying this. I'm a Charlie hater. He's dead to me. I don't care if this team goes 20-0. He is dead to me after that was the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Legit. I can't believe it.
Scott, do we think this is on Pete Walker at all too? Because I've been saying I think Pete Walker's managing the team at this point. Like he has to have a say in who goes in, right? Obviously.
Yeah, he's definitely his right-hand man, but he doesn't get paid the big bucks to manage.
For Charlie Montoyo's sake, I really do hope that's the case, and he's just being a good guy and biting the bullet. But no. If I'm the manager and Pete Walker, the fucking DUI fuck, walks up to me and he says, I want Baraki in. I'm looking at him saying, but a guy who's hitting 519 off lefties is on deck. Literally Paul Goldschmidt, who's hitting 333 this year, is on deck. So you think Baraki's just gonna get guaranteed out here? I can't. I'm honestly not gonna be able to sleep tonight. Like that was the most winnable game that they've played in so long because the offense actually didn't look. It was bad, but there was some good points to that offense tonight. I can't believe it. Bradley Zimmer got a fucking double for Christ's sake.
He almost went deep too. He looked good. He's so back, man. He might have been the only good player.
And to make matters worse, boys, like did Goldschmidt have to hit a grand slam?
Did
he have to hit a grand slam?
I was thinking that too. Would you rather give a single?
Stop stat padding, Paul Gold. Is Paul Goldschmidt, embrace debate? Is Paul Goldschmidt a stat patter? Was that necessary when you all he needed was one? Was it? I don't know. Kind of crazy. This has been one of the worst 3 weeks of my life as a Jays fan, right? We can all you score 7 runs in 27 innings against a team that won three games in the month of April. Three games in the month of April. You score 7 runs against them. And tonight you have a chance to win and be like, wow, man, the Jays just beat the Cardinals in St. Louis. And it's great. JR, I'll let you. Obviously, JR, you're a little more of a positive guy, but that was pathetic, right? Like we can all agree that was the most embarrassing manager performance in a very, very long time for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah, that was real. It was just really bad. It was just dumb. It made us look dumb too. Like it was just like, I bet you the Cardinals were kind of like, okay, like put in the worst pitcher. We'll take that any day of the week. Like
developing news. Get the
rookie out of here.
Wait a second. Developing news. I just got a text message from one of our listeners. The Blue Jays Center went live, and everyone was ripping on Charlie Montoyo, and apparently his wife was in the live. I'm praying that's true. I'm praying to God that's true.
I'm looking at that right now.
They pinned it. I need to.
They pinned the comment.
They pinned the comment from her.
What did she say?
If you're gonna talk shit, get his name right.
I'm okay.
It's Sam Montoyo. Is that?
I
kind of want to DM her.
Is it his wife or is it like a daughter?
It might just be a relative.
That's definitely his wife. That's definitely his wife. Wife to Blue Jays number 25. I'm DMing her. Your husband's a clown show.
Don't do that.
I can't believe it. And you know what's crazy is she probably thinks that her husband did a great job. My husband, he did a great job. He kept Baraki in. Holy fuck.
At that point, like if you're the wife, you just stay out. Like
what's
you
her
just
name?
stay out. Like
Samantha?
who cares?
Samantha Montoyo, wife, ex Hooter girl.
Yeah, no, I thought she was gonna be Spanish.
She's a silent auction guru. She's a silent auction guru. I'm happy that she got to see that. That's kind of electric. And you know what? That's one thing I will tip my cap to is the fact that she was there to face the music. It kind of like makes me want to run through a brick wall for her. Like she wasn't hiding from it, you know?
Hey, that's
okay.
So
how do you think they said his name though? Like what?
Montoya. Had to say
Yeah.
that. But Avery, you have to clip that because that might be one of the funniest developing stories in this podcast history.
That's breaking news.
Yeah, like that's so Charlie Montoyo's wife was in an Instagram live of just a shit ton of Jays fans. I'm
Can
assuming
you
that.
screenshot that someone so we can post it
I'll
on?
send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
That is one of I honestly like I'm really at a loss of words. That's loss of words worthy.
This feels like this is like one of those stories where it feels like the Blue Jays community is like it feels like we're close to the team. Like literally the wife is commenting. Like you know she's calling Charlie like soon.
And the
Probably after this game.
And dude, let me say this. I will say this. I will prior warn her. She's lucky I wasn't in that Blue Jays Center live. I would have made her. I would have made her delete her Instagram. I would have. I'd hand up. I credit to them for not inviting me on it tonight because there would have been body bags on body bags. I would have made her change her last name. I would have seriously made her change her last name. It would have been bad. So, lack of accountability.
Do you like? I have to respect her a little more for being like so online. I kind of like that.
No, I do like that. I did say that. I do like that, but there's just a lack of accountability from the manager's wife, and I will not have that. If I'm her, I'm ripping my husband. If I'm her, if I'm in there, I'm in the trenches with the boys. Like fuck Charlie Montoyo. Like I'm just.
Oh, that's just awesome.
Dude, I'm actually. That's one of the greatest developing stories. Like Abe, we need that out yesterday. Like that is going to break the internet. Like we might be on TSN. Like Charlie Montoyo's wife in an Instagram live trying to chirp 16-year-olds talking on Instagram. Like
there's literally 10-year-olds on that show.
Yeah.
And Steve.
Yeah, Steve's a legend. But
Steve's a legend.
What's more disappointing to you? What's more disappointing to you? That blown state or like that loss tonight or the Jays not sweeping the Cincinnati Reds? Like where do you rank? Like 1, 2?
Man.
The Cincinnati Reds thing's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. It's kind of embarrassing. It's just
it's baseball though.
We haven't swept a team, but yeah, Abe's right. It is baseball. But the way we're losing is bad. Like we're not hitting. Like it's fucking like that's why tonight, in extra innings, you have Bo up coming up after Espinal, right? And it's like I think you bunt there. Like we don't really have the respect right now to like hit in that situation. Like I think you bunt in extras. You can't hit.
Espinal,
like in runners in scoring
Espinal's been the only good hitter though. He's the hottest hitter in baseball.
Yeah, I know. That's the only thing,
dude.
And it was Espinal.
Blue Jays center. The guy who runs Blue Jays center is such a fucking gangster. He pinned the comment, so everyone knows that Charlie Montoyo's wife was in the That has taken over everything. Like I don't even care about talking about anything else. That is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Charlie Montoyo's wife just in the Instagram live, just in the trenches with Blue Jays fans putting him in body bags. Like that is a crazy development. But we got to go into obviously the bats too. I mean, Teoscar has been invisible. Mm-hmm. He's hitting below 0.090 in the month of May. He's hitting below 90. Below 90, dude.
That's fucking bad.
You know, the hitting's bad when I have to look up who the fuck our hitting coach is, right? So we know who to fire. I forget his name.
Hitting coach.
I sent it in to you guys earlier.
Yeah, it's Guerrero.
Guillermo Martinez, I think. I spelt it wrong.
Oh man, that's incredible stuff. I mean, and we gotta some Jays fans gotta pump the brake. There was some fans recommending Jose Bautista be the hitting coach. I saw it on the Instagram live. Let's hire Joey Bats, the hitting coach.
I love when people just think that a solid major league hitter is just a good hitting coach.
Let's hire. Honestly,
those are the sweetest souls, man. They got nothing going on in their heads. I wish I was just as carefree as those people.
Hashtag Joey Bats for hitting coach. You know what? Why don't the Jays just bring back that 25th? Let's hire Josh Donaldson as hitting coach. He could be like Jackie Moon. He'll be both. He'll hit and play. I mean, absolutely crazy. Like when I read that comment, I think I was just in the Blue Jays Center live, or it was on Twitter, and I was just like shell shocked. I was like, Joey Bats is
the guy who was the pitcher in the Olympics. That's who you want as your pitching coach.
Yeah, the guy who stopped hitting
because
because
he
he couldn't fucking make the
anymore.
majors.
All right,
No,
boys.
actually, no. He hit a nuke in the Olympics, but still.
I going back to that horrendous Pujols at bat. I literally almost laughed out loud when he everyone's going nuts for him to come up. It's the 10th inning, and this guy taps the ump like in the legs,
Let's go.
and then taps Kirk. Like, dude, it's the 10th inning, and there's a guy on third with 2 outs. Like, what are we doing
The
here? And then he
funniest
just
part-
goes up and does fucking horrendous swings.
The most underrated thing that's the funniest part is everyone had their phone out. So everyone got a video of him swinging at a ball in the back of the other batter's box.
Did you hear what the announcers were saying?
They're like,
He's
oh,
like, you should have saw this guy in batting practice this morning. He goes, the Blue Jays bullpen were getting a bunch of balls. And it's like, dude, everyone's fucking hitting dingers and batting practice.
Yeah, even Bradley Zimmer is probably putting on a light show in BP. I don't even really have much to say about the Red series besides like Bo Bichette's back. I mean, Bo Bichette's looking like somewhat decent at the plate. And honestly, man, Matt Chapman hasn't been terrible. I mean, he's been pretty bad in the month of May, but every single ball that looks like it's like 110 off the bat to third, he just picks it up like it's a slow roller. It's crazy. It's
You kind of saw that with Arenado today too.
Yes.
Right. So it's like you see those two best in the world at their positions, and it's you just vacuum them up. Someone hit a screamer to third, and it was just like it was nothing. He kind of bobbled it right to his other hand and threw the guy out.
Yeah, and another thing that's also I got to bring up: these people on TikTok roasting us for this Juan Soto hypothetical trade. What you didn't think I was joking when I said trade a fucking security guard? That didn't clue it in for you that we were fucking around when we were talking about this. Avery said to trade 10 prospects. And these people are like, fucking, you're high, man. You're high.
I would take Tiedemann out of there. He's untradeable to me, but everyone else is good.
These people are so stupid. And another thing, I'm gonna have to wear a full jersey to a game.
No,
yeah. That's how
we knew it. Abe and I knew it, man.
That's happening. Like that. No, that's just happening. We got to coordinate that where I'm gonna need like a camera guy with me, or like I don't know if you guys have someone at like your or Avery has someone at the workplace. I will pay for the ticket. I need a camera guy to document the amount of looks I get. Like, is this guy fucking like? Because the older guy with the mask and stuff.
We saw him live. Look.
Yeah, I saw him too, by the way, after the game. But people kind of look at that and be like, oh, it's like just like a kind old man. For me, I'm like a 25-year-old, like I'm in my prime years and I'm wearing a full uniform to a Toronto Blue Jays game. Like that's where people are gonna be like, this guy like all there? Or, it's gonna be, I need someone to document the looks I get because it's gonna be crazy. There's people looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? I think, and there's actually a funny twist I was thinking about doing. I was thinking about sitting in the top row. The top row of the Rogers Center. Like row like 28. 523, row 28, where I have a glove. I have a glove in row 28. And people looking at me like, you don't have there's no business you have a glove, right? Like you have a glove in the highest fucking section, the highest row at the Rogers Center. But yeah, I mean, just obviously I saw you guys were at that game on Saturday. Obviously we were there for the win. We got to see Montoyo masterclass put in Romano.
We got a shout out at the ballpark too.
Yeah, and I will say this: we got noticed by a listener or a fan of the show. That was kind of surreal. Like this podcast is going to the moon. I actually appreciate that. So I feel like I'm going to be getting a lot of notices by fans of the show because we're going to announce when I'm wearing the full uniform of the game, obviously, and I'm assuming that's going to be something that's going to be circled on a lot of people's calendars to see a 25-year-old male wear a full jersey, maybe sit at the top row. I don't know. We'll see if people respond to this. But it's tough to watch. I mean, I think me being in the full jersey will make it a little bit lighter. The fact that it's like, all right, yeah, this guy's wearing a full jersey. Let's not watch this horrific product on the field and Charlie Montoyo in the dugout. I'm waiting to see the Charlie Montoyo post game. Let's all do a round circle. What is the excuse Montoyo is going to make for not putting Romano? I'll start with you, JR. What's the excuse he's going to make?
I don't know if they'll ask him that. You think they'll ask him that question?
They have to.
I mean, they have to. They have to.
He's gonna mention something about rest.
Avery, what do you think? You're gonna say rest. What do you say?
Something about his like he has to shit, right? Like his stomach disease or whatever he has.
He has that?
Yeah, he's on meds or something. Yeah, but they pitched him all weekend, so
I'm going to say his excuse is going to be, I really trusted David Phelps in that situation.
But he
And then
didn't though. That's
yeah,
not.
I know. And then they're gonna say, okay, then why do you put in Barucki? I really like the lefty on righty match or lefty on lefty. I like the lefty on lefty matchup for Ryan Barucki. And then
He's
they're
gonna
gonna
be like, "Oh fuck, I didn't realize they had someone on their bench."
So how do you think? So how do you guys think Mike Idiot Boy Wilner is gonna back up this loss? Let's look at his Twitter. Let's see how he says.
I feel like he keeps them accountable for a decent amount, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, he actually said the Grand Slam was going to happen. Wow. It seemed a foregone conclusion as soon as Barucki walked Sosa. Yeah. All right. So he called it. Credit. All right. Thank you. All right. Cool. So Mike Wilner kind of has a brain. That's cool to see. Dude, honestly, it's gonna take me a couple hours to process what the fuck I just watched on my television screen. But there was just so many meltdowns in the situation. You could argue, why would you keep Rios in? That's a good argument that Avery made earlier. You can argue why put in David Phelps, not Jordan Romano. You can argue why take out Jordan Romano or why take out David Phelps for Ryan Barucki on a guy that's hitting 519 off lefties. And Avery, I can't wait for you to clip that because people are going to be like, oh, it's like a small sample size. He's hitting 519 in a month and a half in. 519 is 519. I don't give a fuck if it's 2 days into the season.
Yeah, it's 27 at bats.
So it's
you could probably find his career against lefties.
The reason why
300.
The reason why
325. Sorry.
The reason why it's only 27 at bats is because when teams go to the bullpen and they see Goldschmidt on deck, they put in a fucking righty. They don't put in a lefty. Only fucking Montoyo.
Maybe Charlie forgot about the rule that you can only throw to three.
No.
I'm hoping he did. I'm praying to God. He's like, oh, fuck. He looked at Pete Walker in the dugout and he's like, oh, shit. He has to face 3 hitters.
Arenado was next up, right? So it was like he trusted him to get Nolan Gorman out, and Nolan Gorman wasn't at bat. So
Charlie Montoyo at one point. So obviously they had to have a conversation, right? They had to be like, all right, we're gonna put in Barucki here to go lefty on righty or lefty on lefty. At one point, that conversation had to at least go, but Goldschmidt's on deck. Had to, right? If they have a brain, they had to be like, all right, Goldschmidt's on deck. Like, are you sure, Charlie? Or are you sure, Pete?
The blame goes on Barucki too, because 100% they said attack this fucking hitter. Like, throw him
agreed.
fucking.
Let's attack Paul Goldschmidt. Why not?
No, let's walk a guy hitting 090 and go after a guy who's hitting 519 against lefties. That's what Pete Walker said.
Just absolutely mind-numbing.
Also, a crime that we didn't get to play a day game on a fucking holiday.
Yeah, if it was in Toronto, it would be. I feel like.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's really nothing there, but just there's no other words. I mean, obviously, there's just so many factors that are running through. Like the offense, yes, the offense is bad, but the offense would kind of get overshadowed if you just make competent changes. And if I'm Jordan Romano, I'm going in that dugout and suck bombing the living fuck out of Charlie Montoyo. I'm going in his office. If I'm Jordan Romano, I'm going in Charlie Montoyo's office, suck bombing him, grabbing his bongos, whatever the fuck he plays, putting a fucking knife right through the fucking leather part that makes the sound. I'm pissing on a picture of Charlie Montoyo's family, and I'm just beating the fucking wheels off him when he's unconscious. That's what I'm doing if I'm Jordan Romano. And you know what's crazy? Jordan Romano would do it because he's a fucking psychopath. He wanted that inning. I can guarantee you he wanted that inning.
And disagree with that. Nothing to say there. Someone who was it? One of you guys who said, no, it might have been a Blue Jay Center person that said they care about saves. Like Jordan Romano cares about getting saved. Or sorry, Charlie Montoyo cares about Jordan Romano getting saves. And I feel like that's kind of true. Because why would we not put him in? Like, were we saving him? We don't need to save a guy. We just lose the game every time, right?
Incredible quote coming across the wire from Charlie Montoyo post game. I believe in my guys. I believe in my guys. He says. I believe in my guys. You
That's a cop out.
stupid motherfucker. If you believe in your guys, you're putting
Keep
in
Phelps in.
keep Phelps in. Yeah. I mean, you're not, that's literally not believing in your guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, obviously, this episode is gonna get a pretty good. I'm assuming a pretty good amount of clicks just because we're miserable, and that's what put.
I mean, it has to
asses
be
in
fired.
seats.
Charlie Montoyo is the title, right?
I think it's either that or send Charlie Montoyo to Mars. I think fire Charlie Montoyo just gets right to the point, and it's kind of funny because I'm kind of hoping his wife. I'm gonna get Blue Jay Center to retweet it. Do we make that screenshot the episode graphic?
Yes. Yeah, we have
I feel
to.
like we have to, right? I was gonna make I just remembered what we had talked about. Arash Madani on the field. What was that? He was on the on deck circle taking hacks?
Yes. He
Wait,
pretty
he
much
was taking hacks in that
No.
picture?
That but we get a nice little presser, a nice little inside the Blue Jays with Arash Madani about the 5th inning, we'd say, and he's just wearing yellow shoes on the field. George Springer walks right by him, ready to go take his on deck hacks. It's like, what are we doing? I was saying this watching hockey because Jared watched a hockey game with me last night, and I mute the TV every time the reporters come on because they ask so many cringy questions. We need to take away big media's access to players. We don't need more of it. We need way less, I think.
100%. And Arash Madani, by the way, just having no feel. I'm assuming someone told him to be on the field was absolutely crazy. But we're gonna cut from this from this Arash Madani thing because I got to bring this up. This comment on this Blue Jays Center TikTok. I was getting in a fight with I'm assuming a mother. I'm pretty sure it was a mother on the. She said, and let me find this because this was one of the most outlandish comments I've ever seen. Can someone respond to Blue Jay Center, by the way, and let them know that we saw Charlie Montoyo's comment, our wife? Okay, so this is the comment. Where is it? I gotta pull this up. So this mother, it was a mother. I think her name is Sars Fraz family. She said the Toronto Blue Jays are trying their hardest to push Bichette out by hitting him in the 4-hole. I don't get it. And then someone said, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. She said, don't think with your heart. Pay attention. Rewatch Bo when Vladdy put water on him twice. He is not impressed. Bo hit 2 home runs just a few days ago. Why isn't Vladdy 4th? You need to pay attention to Bo and how he isn't happy here. One of the dumbest things I've ever read. And then I counter argumented with it. This is kind of mean. I said, congratulations. This is the dumbest comment in the history of Instagram. She said, no, I think your podcast might beat that. Is our podcast a comment? So I responded, my podcast is the dumbest comment in the history of Instagram. Have a fucking meltdown and make sense next time. Yikes. No answer. Body bagged her. So I just got a victim. Sars Fraz family on Instagram is my victim. But you saw when Bo Bichette got the water on him, right? He's not happy here. Avery, that's going to be a great clip because I just want people to realize how stupid some fans could be because this was she wasn't trolling. She was arguing, fighting for her life in the comments with that comment. She was dead serious with this comment that Bo Bichette wasn't happy with the water shower post game. Wasn't happy with it. It was crazy.
That's really funny. It's oh shit. What are those? Some of those oh fuck. It's like political. They always go into like deep fakes and stuff. That is where this woman comes from, the world of like deep fakes and trying to find a deeper meaning. Do you remember the video of the woman who did the monster can and she shows like all the devil signs on the monster? That is the same mom who's doing that. It's just like trying to find, just reaching for stuff all the time. And I think it's really funny, to be honest. That's a pretty good one from her.
It was hilarious. Just the way that he received the water was just like, I
meant to say QAnon, by the way, was a political group I wanted to talk about who's all in for reaching for shit.
Yes. And I mean, and the crazy thing is, like, if Jays win this, they could get their first quote unquote sweep by winning a 2-game series. And no, we don't want that. We don't want a sweep.
We don't count that.
Fuck a sweep, dude.
Tyler Heineman's active on Instagram right now. We should ask him to fucking come back, man. We need him.
And by the way, guys, I mean, humble brag, I was golfing with a pretty good amount of Jays guys today, like some Buffalo Bisons guys. Listen to this foursome I was with. It was me, Josh Fuentes, obviously a very good friend of mine. Logan Warmouth, who, by the way, you want to talk about a class act fucking dude. Logan Warmouth is one of the classiest as they come. And Kellen Deglin, who is a catcher in the Jays system, played for Team Canada from BC, 2015 gold medalist. And obviously it was Derek Holland, KJ, it was a ton of guys. It was like, I think it was 7 or 8 of us, but I came in dead last. Me and Fuentes came in last. We lost. So me and Fuentes lost by 3 strokes. We were playing best ball. I carried at the front and the back 9. It was just automatic 3 off the tee. It was just the worst fucking possible.
They played real 3 off the tee too. They didn't let you go.
No. Like it was just it was 3, take a drop beside the woods.
Yeah.
That's what it turned into for me. So anyway, so if listeners of the show want to follow some class act gentlemen, Logan Warmouth and Deglin is just absolute, and obviously Fuentes, class act dudes. So I think I have a vlog coming out about the golf with it. I need a camera. I can't just be recording shit while like I'm in the middle of swings. So maybe next time we'll do that. But beautiful.
You need a tripod.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, a beautiful track in Buffalo. And I got to give a shout out to this track here. It's
speaking about golf, we need to talk about our friend Jeremy Roach on the golf course yesterday.
What did he do?
Johnny, just like, we can't talk about this.
Jay, what did you shoot yesterday?
I shot 117.
There was maybe this is bad. Okay, so Jeremy has full on yips. He missed the golf ball 10 times off the tee. Probably
that's hard to do. It's literally non-moving. But yeah,
there's something seriously wrong with me. Like going on. I need to go to Golf Town.
No, you don't need to go to Golf Town.
Why would Golf Town fix that?
I need to get my swing tested. You need to get your brain
Johnny, tested.
You're going to laugh at this story because this is just a really good one. I know we wanted to keep this a short one. I'll keep it quick. The starter is like the biggest golf veteran you'll ever see in your life. He comes over and I'm a T-Mac, which if you guys don't know, he's one of our buddies. Very good golfer. He's talking to him like they've known each other for 25 years about fucking these courses in the States.
I'm talking about Mike Strand's golf courses in North Carolina.
I'm sitting in the cart like, fuck me. Like, I'm about to go up to this tee, and this guy probably thinks I'm nasty. T-Mac goes, stripes one down the middle. The starter is hands crossed right behind the tee block. I go up with my fucking 3-wood, thinking like, okay, let's just make contact. Like, that's what's going through my head. I don't care if I hit it in the woods. What do? Complete swing and miss off first tee.
Did you say strike? Did the guy say strike?
No one, dude, dead quiet. No one said a word.
You should have said it was practice. That's like the go-to.
I get back in there. I pretend like it's a practice swing. I just make contact. Roller just gets past the woman's tee. I just go to the cart.
Oh my god, dude, you are fucked in the head, bro.
I don't know. Like Ave's seen me. Like I had years where I could drive really well. It's just not working lately. It's just bad.
Your golf game is the Blue Jays offense right now. You know, ups and downs.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a tough look, Jared. I honestly I respect you just coming clean about that because that's one of the things you just absolutely hate to see. I mean, just taking accountability is the proper thing to do, but holy fuck. I mean, that's not great.
He's the happiest 115 golfer of all time. You never know he had a shitty round because he's just out there having a good time.
It's all about morale.
It just sucks right now because like if George Springer today asked me to go for a round, I'd probably have to decline. Like respectfully, I'd have to decline. It's unfortunate, but
you would have to make it a running joke. You'd have to embrace it. Not listen. So this is how I saved myself today in the round. So every single round I have where I start, like I think I was even through 4. So when I start out this hot, I just let the group know, listen, guys, a meltdown is coming. No, I literally say, I said to Warmouth, I said, if I par the first hole, I'm going to shoot a 130. Like I'm going to shoot like 100, 110 maybe. And what do I know? I go par. I think I go par bogey, par. I was 1 over. And I look at them, I'm like, here it comes. Next hole, double. Next hole, double. Next hole, triple. Luckily, we were playing best ball, so we were using Fuentes as score. Or it was something like that. I think it went like that on the back of me because I did play well on the front. But like I said, you got to always leave yourself with kind of like an Irish goodbye type of thing where that doesn't make any sense. You just say, warn the people like, all right, guys, I'll be honest with you. I'm a nightmare off the tee. If you don't want me to go off the tee, I won't go off the tee. That's just how it is. I'll take a drop. I'll go 3 from here. That's how you warn yourself. But
what is it? Under promise, over deliver. Is that what you said?
Under promise. Always just pre-warn people. Like, listen, it's going to be a nightmare for me here. I just want you to kind of prepare for one of the worst displays of athleticism you've ever seen off a tee box. And that's what you got to do, Jer. That's what you got to do.
I need to. Yeah, I think I might book a 3-hour range session too, just to make sure I'm back.
Jer's gonna have fucking calluses all over his hands for hitting on the range for 8 hours.
I'm gonna show up to the round with my fucking fingers taped up.
And by the way, I forgot to mention this, and we're talking about the morale guys, and what was his name? I just mentioned it. The catcher, fuck, Deglan. He was wearing double BGs on the course.
Oh wow!
It was incredible. And he's
was he wearing his actual batting gloves?
Yeah. Yes, like Evo Shield batting gloves.
That's hilarious.
I feel like they're not even good grips for golf.
No, it's not, dude. It's not, man. It's
a little
really
bit of
not.
moisture on that, and that thing's flying out of your hands.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah. They must pound. Like, how far are they driving? Those guys.
Honestly, Warmouth's girlfriend is on the PGA Tour, so he just had all tailor-made shit, and she played at Augusta last year in the Nationals. Okay. So like he hits it pretty well. He just like his alignment of his feet, and it's crazy because I was giving him tips and I was just absolutely shanking, and like my tips were working, so I was just being a morale guy. But no, he's a good golfer. I mean, Fuentes is pretty good too. He was just got in his head. We were packing dips on the golf course, having a good time. That's what we do. We're just morale guys. But I mean, so obviously, like I said, we want to keep this episode short. We got Gossman on the mound tomorrow against the literal flamethrower, a man that throws 103, Jordan Hicks. I'm expecting another low-scoring game. I mean, and by the way, credit to Avery for saying there's going to be 2 overs this weekend, and not game even going remotely near an over. So credit to you, Avery. But what are your predictions for tomorrow? I think Gossman masterclass is going to be like a 2-1, maybe a 2-0 game. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight one. It's going to be low scoring. I agree. I think Hicks is pretty good. We might struggle against him throwing that fast with our righty heavy lineup, but I think it's low scoring. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a close one.
Avery, where do you stand, man?
We lose 9-0, but Gossman gives up no earned runs.
And he puts in Baraki to get some more feel. Didn't David Phelps pitch on Sunday? Am I delusional?
I don't know. We were on the golf course. I was just pissed at that game.
I'm pretty sure he pitched Sunday.
That Joey Votto home run off Yimi Garcia was crazy.
Oh my God. David Phelps and Baraki pitched yesterday.
Fire him, man.
I mean, just incredible. So yeah, all consensus, fire Charlie Montoyo, send him to Mars. And that's where we're going to end. I can't wait for the people to see this because no one's talking about this Montoyo in the live clip. This is going to break the internet. So just prepare for it and prepare for Johnny Junta by, I'm assuming it's going to be by next week. We'll have 1,000 followers. I mean, every single time I look, we get 50 followers. So prepare for me to be fully dressed in a full uniform at a Toronto Blue Jays game in the highest row. We'll see. That's going to be questionable.
No, we need to get you good tickets. It'll be
so
fun.
people can see me. That'll be more fun.
So people can see you.
So thank you guys for listening. Obviously, we're still in nightmare fuel. Fire Charlie Montoyo. Any last words before this cuts out here, fellas?
Nope, nothing.
Excited. Keep following us. Keep interacting with us.
Talk to you guys on Friday. Let's have a great week, everyone.